The Cavalcade of America, presented by DuPont, better living through chemistry. Tonight we bring you a radio portrait of Annie Oakley and the legend of her crack marksmanship, which to the men and women of her era became their national pride, and to us, one of America's fondest memories. To portray the role of Annie Oakley, we present Agnes Moorehead of the Cavalcade Players. The orchestra and the original musical score are under the direction of Don Voorhees. DuPont, maker of better things for better living through chemistry, presents Agnes Moorehead as Annie Oakley on the Cavalcade of America. Dark County, Ohio, the year 1874. The clearing before a log cabin in a wooded valley.
Joe, hold your fire a minute. Someone's coming out of the timber there.
What's the gal, Ma? All done up in shooting gear.
Howdy, Mr. Shaw. Howdy, ma'am.
Why, it's Annie Mosey, growed up already.
Annie Oakley now, ma'am. I took my ma's name after Pa died, and she went away. Been out shooting myself some supper.
Nothing shooting these parts except in that chicken hawk up there. Trying for a week to bring him down.
That ain't so high. Stand back so as I can swing, will you? Thanks.
You got him. With one shot.
Wish getting game was as easy as that.
Game? Oh, help me get this shit undone, Mr. Shaw.
Oh, sure.
Here you are, ma'am.
Partridges.
6 partridges.
You're welcome to 'em. I shot 'em on your property. Tomorrow I'll scare up some quail if you'd like me to.
Say, Annie, why don't you stay a spell with us?
Well, I'm not much good around the house, ma'am.
Don't you worry your head over that, Annie. Just you get the game. I'll cook it. And Joe.
Yes, Ma?
Annie can't do her best shooting with this rusty old gun of hers. How about you trading yours for it?
Well, guess so, Ma.
Oh, I hate to take your new gun, Mr. Shaw.
The Lord himself sent you to us, Annie Oakley. I'm not one to slow up the Lord's work. Neither is my husband.
No, Elmer, steady. Hold the card steady.
But, Annie,
All right, you can rest a spell, Elmer.
Oh, Annie. Don't you ever think about anything but guns and shooting?
Not right now. I got my reasons, Elmer. They're fixing to run a stagecoach past our house straight to Cincinnati.
Well, what's that got to do with us, Annie?
Hotels in Cincinnati are buying game as much as they can get.
Well, I don't see
I
what...
want to help Mr. and Mrs. Shaw pay the mortgage on this place before we move on.
Annie, listen. I'm getting a part interest in the general store over at the Forks, and railroad's coming through that way pretty soon, and I was thinking, well, why don't you marry me?
Because, well, we just don't think alike, Elmer. Maybe I'll never find a man that thinks the way I do. But if I do, there won't be any doubt in my mind. That'll be the man.
Quite a crowd come out for your little shooting match, huh, Mr. Butler?
Yeah, they must be expected to see something from one of us. Say, who's that girl over there?
Where?
Why, over there, looking at the trap.
Oh, that's Annie Oakley, one you're going to shoot again.
What?
Oh, Mrs. Shaw, Annie.
Good morning, Mr. Biddle.
How do, Mr.
It's
Biddle?
Frank Butler, the man you're going to shoot against, Annie.
Pleased to meet you, ladies.
Same to you.
Likewise.
Well, I hear you're quite a crack shot, Miss Oakley.
Haven't Mr. Burden quite a while, to tell you the truth, Mr. Butler.
Did you know that Mr. Biddle here had put up $100 on you?
I told him he should put up more, but he said that was enough. Said you were pretty good, too.
I see. Well, well, if you folks are ready, we might as well begin. You understand the rules, Annie?
I reckon I do.
You fire by turns, 25 rounds. When you say pull, the bird will be released. If you hit, the referee will holler dead. If you miss, he'll holler lost. That's your understanding, Mr. Butler? That's right. Yeah. All right, I'll just say a word to the crowd here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the contest is about to begin. Match of 25 rounds. On the left, that sensational young marksman of the professional team of Butler and Company, Frank E. Butler. And on the right, a young lady known to some of you, but unknown to most, Annie Oakley. Ready, referee?
Ready here.
All right, Mr. Butler.
Dead.
Paul?
Dead.
Pull.
Lord, Mr. Butler.
Paul?
Dead.
Well, Miss Oakley, I got an idea. I owe you something. I don't know whether it's an apology or a thanks for a shooting lesson.
You were just a mite unlucky, Mr. Butler.
I'm a showman. I know luck when I see it. Say, how'd you and your ma like to see my show this afternoon?
Why, we'd be right pleased to, wouldn't we, Ma?
We surely would.
You won't see any better shooting than yours, but you'll see some a little different. Here a couple of tickets.
My, pretty things, ain't there? What are all those holes in them for?
Oh, that's just to show they're complimentary, free of charge.
Oh, I thought there was bullet holes.
No, they're just punch holes. Not bullet holes, not Annie Oakley. Yeah, sure you'll come?
I've never been in a real theater before, Mr. Butler. I wouldn't miss it for all the world.
Did you see that? My got 3 punching with a rifle.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, last and most difficult trick of all. They say a man's best friend's his dog, and George here is certainly mine. Hey, George? George will gladly risk his life to prove a point for his master. He'll hold this apple on his head while I shoot it off, sighting from a mirror over my shoulder from a distance of 20 paces.
Oh, look, Ma, isn't he cute?
Ready now, George? Steady now. Steady.
Oh, I was so afraid he would.
Miss Oakley,
Yes?
Mr. Butler would like to see you ladies backstage if you care to come.
Really, I don't know if we
Oh, sure. Come on. It can't do no harm.
Just follow me.
All right. Say, do you suppose we'll see that smart little dog back there?
You'll see him wherever you see Mr. Butler, miss. Right through here.
Oh, come in, Miss Annie. Mrs. Shaw. Well, how'd you like the show?
Oh, you were fine, Mr. Butler. But George was wonderful. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Say, isn't he the smartest thing?
You say hello to the lady, George. She seems to think you're quite a fella.
I think he likes me, Mr. Butler.
Yeah, I know he does, Miss Annie.
I wish I could see him again sometime. I suppose you're going on to another town now.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. But I'll tell you what we could do. George could write to you once in a while. Hey, George?
It'd be real nice to hear from George once in a while.
Would you answer him, Miss Annie?
I'd be pleased to, Mr. Butler.